one.
Let's go. This is my 80s podcast. You put the boom boom into my heart. If you love the 80s, you're exactly where you should be. So please, please, please take a look at this. I hope you're beautiful. My name's Jason, and this is You Put the Boom Boom Into My Heart. So I've done these episodes. I've done 3 different episodes. So I've asked Liane if she would review Return of the Living Dead. So they all got me laughing inside. We're going to get Jason to review some absolute not so good films. So I turned the tables on her and I asked if she would review Return of the Living Dead for me. So please take a look and listen at this. This is me and Liane talking about Return of the Living Dead. Absolutely right. My name's Jason. This is You Put the Boom Boom Into My Heart. I'm here with the amazing Liane, and so I've challenged Liane because they all made me watch some films. So I've challenged Liane to Return to the Living Dead. Did you enjoy it?
I really did.
Did you?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Right, we need to start right from the beginning. I mean,
oh my God.
Where do you it just when I remember, it blew my mind. It was like it felt like I was watching a 5-year-old's film somewhere.
It took me the fashion took me right back.
And do you know what made me laugh the most? Because obviously, if anyone's never watched it, Return of the Living Dead, I mean, the thing is, what made me laugh is that they were like a gang, weren't they? They weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't scary. Well,
they were not scary in any way whatsoever.
So what was it? So the beginning bit was, it was. There was in that, I can't remember what it was. Was it like I want to say
warehouse.
Funeral park? It was a warehouse, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was then medical warehouse.
And it's when that young lad, they were talking about like what happened ages ago, and they got this Celtic thing, whatever it was, downstairs. And then when I looked, and then they lifted the lid up, and it went. Boom.
Well, no. What the thing that got me first was that they were moving a skeleton with perfect teeth, and in my head, I was thinking that's coming to life. And it never did.
No.
Spoiler alert.
No, I just keep remembering it, and it was like, for me, the acting was, I mean, it was terrible but good, if you know what I mean.
Just Frank. He was just such a wimp, and then there's Freddie, who was he was a typical newbie. Yes. He was just in awe of everything.
Yeah, that was the good-looking one. Well, he was for the. I suppose he was a bad-looking bloke.
He's supposed to be the love interest, isn't he?
Yeah,
but he turns out not to be at all.
Really. Do you know? I remember when you asked me to when they asked me to watch it. It was just that initial bit, and do you know, it was when that thing come alive. What was it? That the one down in the attic
basement.
Oh, that kept saying brains.
Well, you saw its face, and I thought, oh, I don't like that. That's not nice. And then when Freddie said, "Oh, is it safe?" and Frank said, "Yeah, it's fine." Bang, whoosh.
You'll be fine.
And they got covered.
Oh my God! And then that thing, and all it kept screaming was brains, wasn't it? That's all it kept saying was brains. We have to talk about. I mean, we have to talk about I shouldn't say terrible cast, because I think if it's like the 80s. We always remember the great movies of the 80s, and this is probably. I didn't realise that this has gone down as quite one of those like iconic cult.
Yeah. Well, you know the female trash, the one that gets pretty naked at times. Well, a lot actually.
All the time.
On every clip you can get on YouTube for this film, everything's pixelated.
Oh yeah.
But when I saw her, I thought, oh, I don't like her.
And do you know what blew my mind? It was the thing where do you know, like, it was contained there. They were trying to get him to burn it or something in that furnace over at the mortuary thing.
First of all, the corpse comes out at them because they get the big boss. What's the big boss's name? Bert.
Bert. Yeah,
they're called Bert back off his vacation because it's July the 4th weekend, isn't it? Supposed to be a true story, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Just remember that.
it was so real. It was like it could have happened.
It absolutely could have.
But it was just the fact that it was like, oh, let's just burn it, and it's like, no, you got to
Well,
chop
yeah.
it up.
The thing is, when they were in the basement and the corpse comes out, all three of them, and they're like, right, we'll get his head. And I thought, yeah, that's it. That's the one. And then they pickaxe his head
Oh my
to the
God!
floor, and he's still going.
And he's still moving.
So they turn up at the crematorium with all these bags
Oh
that are
my!
moving because they've chopped him up.
It was just. I remember seeing that and thinking. So you watch them and you go, is that real? What's happening?
Well,
Yeah,
it was
and
the way they tried to tell Ernie, the caretaker, that it was skunks or something. And they said, we need you to burn it. And Ernie was like, huh? Why? And then they had to put the bag.
and then they put him in that furnace, and then the dust went up in the air, and it was raining.
Yeah, and you think, oh, well, yes, it's usual to have smoke, and oh, it's raining a bit. And
yeah, you think, where's that going to go? And and the next scene, they're all in the cemetery, aren't they, having a drink? And
well, Trash is there with nothing on.
Oh, Trash! That's
being burnt by the acid rain, and she's desperate to get a stitch of clothing.
It was the best thing about it is when they was asking them, when they were talking to him in the car just before that scene, when she was saying, "Oh, like, what's your fancy?" and her fantasy was to be like
men,
to be
old men,
over a lot of old men
eating
all over
her
her.
alive.
And yeah.
Careful what you wish for.
My God. And it was when that rain come down and it hit them, and she, like you said, she was burning, weren't she? And then and it was, oh my God.
Well, the thing is, she grabs this bit of clothing, t-shirt, which doesn't cover a belly button, let alone anything else.
Honestly, it didn't cover absolute stitch on it, did it? And it's when like and then and the thing is, then the rest of it, she was naked. She was literally burning, naked, and it's like because she got this bright red hair. She reminded me of something from one of them like evil clowns from one.
Well, someone said Ghostbusters. The evil whatever her name was said she looked like that, and I thought, actually, you know what?
If you didn't like clowns, I think she'd scare you as well. Because she was very clowny, especially when obviously when the acid changed her, she was mental. She was just
when no one was helping her either, and they were all running off in different directions. She's like, "Where is everyone?" And then falls in.
And then obviously when she changes and all, because obviously halfway through all them. A bit like Thriller, weren't all the corpses are coming from the ground.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, yeah, love, that's your fantasy.
And she threw herself there, didn't she? She literally threw herself. Oh my God! And it was like when the ambulance people came in, obviously checked them other two to see if and he said, "Oh, there's no pulse." I think, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, it's when the paramedics went off to have a conflab about. Yeah, mine's not working either. Is yours working?
No,
they're dead.
They're not with us. And it's like, and then they went outside, and then obviously they all ran at them, didn't they? And at them.
Well, the bit that made me laugh was Freddie.
Oh,
what do you mean? Do you think I'm dead?
What do you think?
Well, yeah.
I remember when I was watching, I remember it felt very, it is of a time, isn't it? And it has become a cool film, but it just felt really like, and you know, like when he eventually realised he was dead, and then he's running rampage through that house trying to get that girl, his girlfriend.
Well, you've got Ernie, the Undertaker, with a gun.
Oh God!
Shooting at them.
He was.
It's not going to do anything.
It's for
you can cut that
you.
Out, can't you?
Yeah, I can. It's for you.
Oh, there's the other clock. All the zombies are like coming at the house, and they've got it all boarded up and everything. And Ernie's there with his gun, and it's like, yeah, mate, that's really going to work.
And never shot. And did he shoot anyone? I can't remember. I think
Yeah,
no,
he
did
shot loads, but they didn't. It didn't make any because I mean, if you remember, there was one of the guys got eaten.
Oh, he
as
did.
it grabbed him out of the thing. But they managed to get a zombie, but it was a half woman with
and they put him on downstairs because he wanted to check. He put on the thing. He did
because she had equipment.
Yeah, she did, and because he wanted to
talk to her.
Yeah, she was spinning.
And he said, why do you want brains? Because it takes the pain away.
Because that's what you do. That's what you go for, Brett. I mean, I'm not being funny. They couldn't have got many brains through the whole of that cast, if I'm honest.
No. I tell you, one of the funniest things is when they get the paramedics and they eat their brains. And not that that's funny, but when the zombies realise that the radio's going off and they go in and go, send more paramedics.
Because you think most of the times, I mean, they don't normally now. I mean, when you watch them, they can only just string a sentence together.
But then
this like, one spoke, and then all the paramedics come and all the police. That was, and it was like when all the water, obviously when the water brought, because it was like the dust, weren't it? All from that powder stuff brought all of them. It turned them all into zombies. And you sit there thinking, where's this going to go? How is this gonna? I mean,
and then you get a close up of the soil and the water coming down, and you think,
that's where it's gonna go. But I mean, as much as I kept thinking, oh God, I mean, it was of its time, wasn't it? And it was one of those, like I said, it's become a. I didn't realise until I did a lot of research. It's become like a cult thing. It's a bit like, I mean, have you ever seen Elvira?
Yeah. No, I think you were trying to get me to watch it.
Honestly,
I was like,
Elvira is absolutely so funny as well. Absolutely brilliant. But Return of the Living Dead, for me, when I remember watching it and thinking, because it was all over, because it was like the acting was very hammy as well. But I suppose it was because it was classed as a B movie, wasn't it? It wasn't like one of these big, massive.
A little hammy? No.
Very hammy.
It was hammier than Hammy the hamster.
It was all the like, and you don't remember, like, it was like when they hit him in the head. Just kept trying to pull it out, and when that one that was on the floor, wasn't it? One of the friends was on the floor, and they mutilated. If we're being really honest,
It was the scenes of ooze out of.
And then that one down the attic was still there, going brains. That's all. And it's when they went down. They went down into the attic, all them young kids. It got that punky bloke.
Well, when Tina goes down there, the love interest, the only one that's wearing normal clothes. She's obviously the prim and proper one. Didn't really fit in with the group, but hey. And she runs up the stairs and then slips, and you're like,
it's going to get her. And it didn't. And then they opened the door, didn't they? And then that, was it like the rocker one where he just jumped on his head?
Oh. The one where Trash tries it on with, and he's like, respect the graveyard.
Respect. She deserves a show of her own, because that woman was absolutely naked all the way through.
Do you know what? She has done several like zombie movies.
Oh, has she?
And in all of them,
she's naked.
She's wearing the same outfit.
It was just like, and do you know the bit made me laugh where was it the tramp that, what they call like the Darrow, the tramp that was sitting there rummaging, and he looks up and he sees the smoke coming, and she comes walking up like that with absolutely nothing on, and he thinks his Christmases are coming, and then it's like when she runs, because then obviously faces change.
I forgot that bit. He thought it was Christmas.
He thought Christmases had all come at once, and there she is, and she just jumps on top of him and absolutely feasts on his head.
She did a lot of chomping.
And the thing is, when it was like, obviously when they eventually, they do die, don't they? I can't remember whether.
No, they don't.
No, they don't die
because they throw something at Freddy. I never caught what, some sort of acid or something, and so it got rid of all his eyes and everything. And then And then he's running
And still
around trying to find
moved.
them. And I think Ernie and Tina have gone up into the attic to hide. And he's like banging on the door.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to get up on the ceiling,
And
isn't he, to them?
that's when the tension comes
What's
in.
the
Because
tension?
at the same time, this emergency number that's on the barrels to call the army who've been looking for these for years.
And
They decide,
and then they were sat in a warehouse not far.
yeah, they thought, oh, let's call that number. That's a good idea.
And there was that bloke that you seen at the beginning that was like,
Colonel
you didn't know who he was, and he was the one that had to input it all and send this big thing to.
It was his, yeah. It was his. Well, the thing is, they phone him, and he's like, "Yes, no worry, we have a contingency plan. Don't you worry. We will get you out of that situation.
We will sort this out for you."
And then you see.
And they're still,
that's not the end, is it?
No, it's not. That's because when that happened, I kept thinking, "Oh, okay, I'm nearly there," and I wasn't. But I have to be honest. As much as when I watched it, and I kept thinking, "Oh God," you know what I mean? Where you can't wait for it to finish. When you think about it, it was a very of its time culty film, wasn't it? And I suppose we had so many great films in the 80s. That not being one of them.
But now we can appreciate, because now we've got films that will scare the bejesus out of you.
Absolutely.
So watching this is like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just very. I mean, for me personally, I just thought they must have spent more money on the special effects and the brains than they did on the acting and the actors. And I mean, some of the sets. I remember when she went up into the attic, pushed it, and I thought, I can't like push the cell block. You see something shaking. But then that adds to the cult stuff, and that's why people love it. And I didn't realize the amount of people that loved this film, and I just thought, God, am I the
honestly,
one that
Dave? I just
watch it.
I settled in. I got settled in Sunday night. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to watch that. I'll watch it now. And I thought, do you know what? I'll be asleep in like 3 minutes.
And you were? Were you watching it?
I watch things and just fall asleep. No, I'm in bed with my mum.
You invested.
And I'm trying not to laugh too hard and wake her up. Because it's like...
You get yourself, I have to be honest, you do get yourself invested into it, don't you? I mean, as much as I kept saying, when's it finished? I kept thinking, no, just come watch. I want to see what happens to these people.
Well, do you know what? There was one point where I thought, this is really good. Can it be like 10 minutes in? And I looked, and I was halfway through the film.
Oh, you loved it.
And I was like, no way. Okay, let's go.
I think you probably got the best one.
I think I got the best one.
Let's just see how Mark and Nikki go on. I'm doing Nikki's on Thursday. Yeah. She did message me and just said that her son said he'd never watched anything so weird in his entire life. She made him watch it with her. If she was going to watch it, he was going to have to watch it.
That's just parent cruelty.
She said, is that good parenting? I went, probably not.
No.
But make him watch it again. That's bad parenting.
I can't. But no, honestly, Mark's face.
That was thanks ever so much. It's only like going to be a 20-minute one. Thanks ever so much for reviewing that.
No worries.
Amazing cult 80s film. But
amazing.
I'm going to have to find some more for you all.
Yeah, yeah, you will.
But thanks ever so much.
More like that would be good.
Absolutely. Something like that's what you want. You want something that's not high profile, don't you? Because you know what I mean. Because
you don't remember it. I mean, I probably have watched it. But
see, I can't ever remember watching Return of the Living Dead at all. I mean, God knows what the first one was like, if that's the return.
Well, that is the first one.
Is it?
But there are other films. It refers back to other films.
They'd have probably gone to like Return of the Living Dead, or Return of the Living Dead. You know, like we always like to put a return on it. I mean, don't we?
You just, if you can take one thing from that, it's brains.
It was the bit with brains, and then he was like going and it's his eyes. They were like, oh.
Well, he's got no eyelids, has he?
And all he was screaming out was brains.
I mean, I probably look like that first thing in the morning anyway.
I do. I know I do. So I don't need to say that. But thanks ever so much for reviewing that for me, Liane.
No,
and
thanks.
I'll put this out and I'll speak to you soon. You take care. Take care. Bye. How brilliant was that? So if you love the 80s like I do, please go over to my podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts and give me a share, a like, and a comment, and a subscribe. And also follow me. Y'all come back now. You hear?